Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in here I have a step up on my expanding game because this is over 50 euro rod. I don't feature those many more expensive rods, over 50 euros or dollars. If you want a Kyorim, you have to spend that little extra dough. So this is the Kyorim Longxi, of course, on casting flavor, and it's, as you can see, very well packed on a thick cardboard tube, plastic bag, and a very fancy zip. As you can see, sorry neighbors, sleeve. So the sleeve says Sonoma Longxi, and here is my model, the Kastking 612L. So 6.1 is probably the size. I can't remember what I ordered. And you can also see that it's the two-part light version. And now that I'm seeing this on the light, probably the camera will not pick it up. In here it says Clever. So they rebranded something and reused the sleeve. You can basically see that they just put this sort of rubberized paint that they put in here, and they just put over what was previously on this sleeve. But for you to see what's inside of the sleeve, you know what the deal is. We have to go to the table so I can show you the close-ups of this. I think you will like it. Rather beautiful rod.
So this is a Kyorim Longxi, but I really recommend you to check the links down in the description because I put one for the Tsurinoya Clever, which is exactly the same rod but a little bit cheaper. So in here you have the specs for all the models, because this is a stream rod. You will have shorter versions from 145 centimeters to 185 centimeters like I have in here, but if you want the shorter versions you can only get them on spinning. The weight is a little bit on the heavier side because, as you can see, the handle on this rod it's quite cool, but if you pull the stats from the Tsurinoya Clever, they are a lot cleaner because you have the image of your rod and you have the specs with the English table on it. So, and you get a little bit more weight for some reason. So my rod just went from 96 to 98 grams. For sure, it's the Tsurinoya logo on the real handle. So this cast from 2 to 7 gram, it's a little bit of a thicker rod. I have to tell you, while casting it, I noticed that, but it's a very pretty rod, that I have to say. So let's take out the plastics without damaging the cork. And again, as you see, it looks so cool with that blue cyan accents, the gold, the mother pearl thingy on the near the nuts that retain the reel, and it just looks so pretty. Even the butt of the rod, it looks so classy. The only thing I find awkward on this rod is, as you can see, this is a dual hand grip. I could deal with something shorter because it's a 185 centimeter rod, so 6-foot rod. Why do you need both hands to cast it? It's on a trout rod, it's a little bit weird, but the cork feels great. Again, at 90 something euros, the price for the Kyorim, it's expected, I have to say. On the CDM rod, you have dual nuts, so one to adjust and the other one to lock the first one. The reel seat looks classy, and man, I have nothing to say about the build quality of this rod other than I just wish that I've paid less and I get the Tsurinoya version. So it looks like cherry or chestnut butt cap in here, so very fancy. You have the Sonoma logo, probably the original maker of this rod that then resells it and rebrands it to Kyorim and Tsurinoya, and awesome details on the rod, as I told before. So even the lettering, it's quite nice. and as you can see, all the details, again, the guide wraps, everything, it's quite fancy. So in here I have 10 Fuji guides. They are quite small, I have to say, for the thickness of the blank. They are very well spaced. I never felt like the rod was suffering, but I didn't catch any big fish with it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I will just test this rod in a moment, but connection feels fine and I would say quite good. You don't have that like gravel feel when you're putting the male and female parts together. So let's make a quick weigh-in. This should weigh around 98 grams, so 87 for the handle part, and with everything on the scale we get 92 grams. So very weird weight on this rod. So one claims 96, the other claims 98 grams if you go through Tsurinoya specs. But again, look at the tip on this rod. It's quite fastish for trout rod. Again, this doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of specs. So 1.4 millimeters, and I'm not even on the tip of the rod, so a little bit smaller than claimed, but it looks quite cool. Probably awesome with a round reel in here, but I don't have any black round reel. So I just tested this one, I think, with a Kastking Kestrel Elite, which is a black reel. So let's go to the water. So I'm on the round lake again, going after small bass, and in here I have a small spoon. I've tested this rod in other spaces, but I will leave that part of the video for the reel review because it's more about the reel than the rod itself. So I've tested this for chub and casting other stuff, and I've got a small bass with a golden spoon. So this is the I don't think I make it on purpose to use only Kingdom stuff on this video, but I basically used the Kingdom spoon and then I swapped for the Micro Expert Popper, which is, I would say, awesome because it really works, and you will see it in a moment. So, and you can hear why I don't talk during the videos on the winter or the spring. My allergies make this like a only fan video because I'm moaning all the way with nasal sounds. And pock! The bass just ate this popper. So the popper works great. You can push it and it will deflect the water and work like a normal popper, or you can walk it because it will bounce from left to right quite eagerly, and it will provoke strikes. So let's try it again. I know it doesn't seem too much on the camera, but you can see the wave forming, and I'm just giving some little twitches, and as I twitch it, it will pop. You see the strike? This is so much fun. Even with small bass, topwater, it's quite cool. This one stretched a little bit the line, but nothing too fancy. Only the small ones are yet active. Again, almost the same size as the previous one. The single hooks on the Micro Expert, because it's for small game fish like trout and whatever not, make it quite easy work of taking out the hook. So now I'm just trying other stuff. I tried a small frog, but not even a follow-up, so they are not as easy as you would thought. Then I tried another popper from Kingdom, but this one again also no following up. This is an old popper that they have, did not work also, so I moved to this one, which is like a spybait. So you have a jerk profile or a minnow profile with a propeller on the back. This one, it's from Histolure. It's the Sentry. It's a 40mm lure, and it's quite good, I have to say. It swims very well. and it's just 3.7 grams. Again, everything will be linked on the description. So I've just cast it. And one thing I have to say, even though this is not a review of the reel, I heard a lot of complaints about this reel, the Kastking Kestrel Elite, and I just think it's a fine reel. It's not, I don't find it overbreaked. But let's stop with the reel and catch some other bass. So yeah, 2 strikes and he's out of the water for a moment. Just hit the branches, but no problems whatsoever. And I regret one thing with this bait. I should have just took out the trebles. Because yeah, you shouldn't be using trebles on this small of a lure unless you are catching fish to eat. So I will proceed to take out the trebles on this lure, but let's make a couple more casts after we release this fella. And the hooks are also very stout for the type of and size of the lure. So let's put our nice pliers back on the bag and make another cast. So let's see if we can get another bite on this, and this just goes under the surface. We can let it sink, but we can just catch this guy subsurface because this is where they are. They are just there waiting for something to go there. Probably insects, maybe toads. I don't know what they eat because there's no other fish other than carp in here. Not even sunfish, so I really don't know what they eat other than insects. And we run out of luck with the hard body lure, so we just swapping for the common EWG Craw. I tried the Tanta, but today the Tanta was with no luck whatsoever. They were eating either on Topwater or like a very, very slow fall. So I just put this one because it's TP, so it will give it a little bit more bounce. I go with minimum weight, so this is a 1 gram weight. And as you can see, the rod still cast it a long way, which is good, which means the rod loads very well. This whole shenanigan that I'm throwing should be around 2 grams, and both rod and reel are perfectly capable of casting it. So let's see if this, oh yes, I can get another bass out of this. So the only weird part is that as soon as I started to see the big ones, the small fellows just eat everything before it can go anywhere near the bigger guys. So, but even the smaller guys are starting to fade away because we are getting to the middle of the day and the sun is just too high and the fish just stop eating. So I will make a couple more casts, try to get them, I would say near structure, so where they feel a little bit more comfortable. But one thing I have to say about this rod, which is I would say nice, these are hard mounted fish, and even with stouter hooks you are able to hook them. So that's a very positive sign, which also it's related to the way the rod is made with a hollow tip. So again, a little bit more of a casting. You just saw there a blow up of a carp on the middle of the lake. Don't get too excited. No, it's not a big bass just blowing up trying to catch something. It was just a carp coming up to breathe. And this is the last legs of the day. Again, the sun is very, very high. The fish just stop feeding. And man, I have to say I like the rod. I don't like the price of the rod. Even if you go with Tsurinoya, this is more expensive than the Dragon. The Dragon, I would say it's a better, more comfortable, more dynamic rod. This one, I would say the only positives that you have is that it's pretty. If you are into the looks of it, it's quite a good looking rod. And the other thing I can say about the rod is that it's a little bit more stouter than the Dragon, so it's a little bit better for the hook sets. Other than that, the Dragon is a better rod. And with that said, if you like the video, leave a like down below. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!